I welcome you on Victory in Muscus. I'm your host, Dr. Rose Kholumo. On today's show, we are going to have a talk with a wonderful woman of God who's going to take us through her journey. We all know about scars. Now we have stars. We cannot more complain but to praise God and glorify Him for His grace and mercy upon our lives. And right now, I'm going to introduce our own guest. Welcome to Victory in Muscus.
Thank you so much.
Yes, please tell us a little about yourself. Who is me?
Okay, I'm Elizabeth van ROOYEN from Kimberley, right in the warm hands of ROOYEN. I'm the last born of 10 kids. My father passed on a few years ago, so with my mom, there were 4 kids left.
Where we are here to discuss and hoping our testimony, our victory will give hope to those who are still in a healing process. Can you just take us through your story?
My journey actually started with the day when I was born. And my mom gave birth to me. She basically birthed me in an ICU, which was in Kimberley Hospital. And ever since then, it's been victory after scars. And yes.
You said you were a family of?
10 kids.
And now you are remaining 4.
That's right, ma'am.
Okay. You still have your both parents with you?
My father passed on 7 years back.
7
years. So
years.
Rest in peace. I'm just with my mom currently.
You're just with your mom. Okay. And today we want to hear about your scars. How did you come about having those scars?
Basically, I was one of those kids where you can say she's the sick one. I was always sick, which is eardrums broke, nose vein broke, spinal cord give problems, growth on the left side. There's no sickness that I didn't get back then. And then literally, which is a hospital in Kimberley, they decided to send me to a hospital which is Harmony Home. It's a very small hospital where they usually send you. Back then, they would send you to that hospital if they don't have hope anymore. And then my mom's friend introduced us to this guy. It's a Sangoma. And we went there, and according to him, I had a spiritual husband inside of me. So every time when I get there, then he would have to sleep with me. He did that once at his house. The second time, he took me to the graveyard. The first time when I went to him, I couldn't walk because I had a light stroke as well. And then he took me to the graveyard, and he raped me in the graveyard in an open grave. He put me inside and he raped me there as well. And then he took me home to where my parents are, and then he also raped me there as well.
At your own home?
Yes.
And this man is taking advantage of you. In that process, how did you feel? What was going through your mind?
I always tell people that the mind truly is it's powerful. Because funny enough, every time when I come from him, I would feel better, way better than what I was when I went there. But eventually I start realizing that this is not what I wanted. At times I'll be sick, and then my mom then will take me there. Immediately when I feel sick, then I'll have to pretend. So pretending became part of my life. Literally, it became part of my life.
So tell me more about this spiritual healer, because you said you were raped by him. Was it the first person who raped you, or because you mentioned that you were raped 4 times?
Yes.
By the same person?
Yes.
Who was supposed to give help to you?
Yes, I was raped 4 times by him, and then I met my child's father, the apostle. He's from Cape Town. And then I met him, we got engaged. You know how people are. The pastors can't do wrong. At the end of the day, they will cover the pastor. He also raped me. And I told one of the ladies in church, and she was like, no, you can't call that rape. You guys are engaged. But eventually the story played out where he started dating with my friend. And literally on the day that we were supposed to get married, he got married to my friend. I never really knew why I had to go through it all. Up until now, I will tell people that I'm a product of grace. Because if grace wasn't activated in my life, I believe I wouldn't have been here. Wow. So I literally been raped 5 times.
And the other person in the story is a man of God, an apostle.
Yes.
That's very sad. When you are with a man of God, you are trusting this person because you believe that he knows the truth. There's a fear of God in him, and you find him doing this to you. How did you pass that pain?
I come to this point where I had to realize that not everyone at hospital is healed already, in the sense that not everyone who's in church is really
Saved.
Yeah, they really saved, or they healed from they. So it might be possible that he's used to do that. I believe that every scar in your life have a process. You literally have to move. You literally have to move with that process. And yeah, I had to move with that process, as hard as it was, but I had to. I had to.
Thank you so much. Right now we are taking a short break and we shall be back for more. This is Dr. Rose Mokoena Kholumo. Catch me on Victory in My Scars every Saturday at 14:30 p.m. on your favorite channel 343 TVN Africa. It's Victory in My Scars. Own it, you have made it. I Praise Activating the Treasures Within by Dr. Rose Mokoena is now available for purchase. To get yourself a copy, please visit our online store on www.vineyardofpeaceministries.co.za. Hi, this is Apostle Rose Kholumo. I'm here to invite you to our Youth Praise Jam on the 14th of July 2023, 58 Kubiri Street, Krugersdorp. We have the likes of Favored Mudau, Kolile Gura, Sbu Banda, Taki Ndou, Pule Mash, Lebo Matuba, Tumelo Shak, Dumisani Sekanyele. Please do invite your friends and family. It's gonna be lit. See you there. Recognition, living in a world of your dream, is now selling on our website www.vineyardofpeaceministries.co.za for only $10. Get yourself a copy today. Welcome back. Before taking a break, we were talking about her journey, where she was telling us how she got raped by a man of God and even a spiritual healer, a man of God. Just take us through the story again.
Like I mentioned, the Sankomala tree, spiritual healer, he raped me and I did give us out the whole process. And then it was the guy that I was engaged with, which is also an apostle in church. He's having his own church currently, the father of my child as well. We were engaged. We were literally engaged and to be married. And then, but in the meantime, he had a relationship with my friend as well. The woman I thought was my friend. I came from work and we were all at his house. And then the church leaders were also there, present. And then he had to choose between us whilst I was standing with my child in the hand. And then he was like, oh, you're the mother of my child, but it doesn't mean I have to get married to you because I never loved you in the first place. And I was standing like, yo, I'm engaged to this guy and now I found out that he never loved me. And then he literally told me that in front of the church leaders that he loves this woman. And they got married. They are blessed with 2 kids now. Been married for 7 years, if I'm not incorrect yet.
Did you feel any rejection, maybe, in the whole process?
I wouldn't say rejection, but I would say for some time I was cross with God. Like, how can God allow these things to happen? And since this is a man of God, this is the one that everyone basically should trust. This is a man that I literally gave my heart to. And the most sad part was the fact that I told him, I gave him completely my past. So he knew exactly where I came from. And that same night when he had to make the choice between me and the other lady, it was actually the night that he raped me. The apostle advised that we shouldn't go because it's late and we have to walk. And then I slept over that night. As I was sleeping at his house, apparently everyone else was staying at his house. They couldn't hear me screaming. And then that was the night when he was raping me. Actually, where it was me, him and my child. And the child was awake. He was literally awake, drinking his bottle.
You mean he just told you that he never loved you?
Yes.
But he wanted to sleep with you?
One thing that's very clear is he stand up and he dressed himself. And then he said, yeah, I got what I wanted for the last time. So don't worry, I'm not going to bother you anymore. And yes, that was basically the last between us.
And after that? Tell us what happened after.
It brought the point where I don't trust people anymore. For me, it was actually a learning curve. It was just a platform to teach me some things. This is one song that I love so much. It says that I'm blessed, like I'm blessed because I know that you know everything that's taking place in my life. And for me, and there's the scripture in the Bible mentioning that God knows everything. He is the creator of heaven and earth. He knows everything. So even while they took place, He already knew that it was going to happen. I will always tell that my life is literally a testimony. And there was just another foundation of growing up with my testimony. And then I would place inside. And I would literally go to shops and I would steal. There would be, for instance, stuff that I would take from the shop and then I would leave it in the other shop. Depression is real. Me and my mom will never be close like you, close to my daughter relationship. And then also Adam. There'll be times where I'll just sit at home and I would plan a way to kill my mom and to hurt my child. I would hurt my child not knowing it was part of depression. I would play with him in the house and then I would literally hold it, I would strangle him. And the sad part was when we get out of the room, then he would tell me, he calls me Glenda. He calls me Glenda and my sister Mami. And then he would tell me, it's fine. It's fine, I know we were just playing. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell anyone. You know, God works in mysterious ways. He is just something else. He said that this guy who is drunk, he said that this guy who's drunk just come and tell me that unless you need to do something, something is happening with you. And that actually made me realize that something is not right. I became rude, I became rebellious. I would steal in the shops. I would literally go to town just to go and steal. And then I started drinking. I would buy alcohol and literally go to the gardens and go and drink.
No, God. Can we just take a short break? We'll talk more when we come back from break. My dear friends, I have a wonderful copy here of Victory in Maskas. You need to have this book, especially those who are still in the process of healing. To get yourself a copy, there are details on the screen, or you can go online www.vineyardofpeaceministries.co.za. Hi, this is Apostle Rose Kholumo. I'm here to invite you to our Youth Praise Jam on the 14th of July 2023, 58 Kubiri Street, Krugersdorp. We have the likes of Favored Mudau, Kodile Gura, Sbu Banda, Taki Ndou, Pule Mash, Lebu Matuba, Tumelo Shag, Dumisani Sekanyele. Please do invite your friends and family. It's gonna be lit. See you there. Welcome back. We are still on Victory in My Scars. I'm still with our guest, May Elizabeth Nokolo. Take us through the story where you were depressed. What was depression doing to you?
I was just watching a movie and you'll ask me what did I watch without even remembering what I was watching. I started stealing Kyo. It's a pity, Afrikaans. En Afrikaans, I would have said that die Here het 'n ompad met my geloop. En hy verstaan die plan van my lewe. I started drinking. I would buy alcohol and then go to the gardens and I would sit there and drink my heart out. And funny enough, alcohol didn't even make me drunk. One thing that I'm not proud of is the fact that due to the fact that me and my mom never had a relationship, or I had the best date ever, I just wanted someone always to tell me that I'm beautiful. I have a beautiful sister, and I always wanted to look like her. And then my mom, them, and her family, and everyone that I know would always mention the beauty of my sister. And so I was literally this child who no one's noticed. I spoke to a lady last week and I said, I'm the David in my family. I'm the one at the back where no one's noticed. But I literally had to go through hell to bring heaven to my family. I would date with guys. I would literally sleep with you. And then the next morning, I don't even know your name. And you can just tell me that you're beautiful and I love you. That was the only thing I wanted to hear. There was this time when I met this guy and he took me to his house. He told me that he's single. He took me to his house and his girlfriend or wife came back that evening, and she's a South African police service member. And she was with a beautiful uniform. You can imagine. She was literally there with a gun, everything. And but God changed that woman's mind to forget literally about the gun she had. And she was just standing there at the window, at the doors, calling him, hey. And he was just inside. And whilst I was bitter, so bitterness rubbed off. I was bitter, so I want everyone else to be bitter. And there was this one saying that I used to say that if I meet a married guy, and then he would tell me that I'm married. Guys are very honest out there, so it's rare that you're gonna date a married guy and he won't tell you that he's married. And he would tell me that I'm married, and because I want that woman to feel the pain that I felt, I would tell him it's fine, you're married to her, and by the way, you didn't invite me to your marriage, so I wasn't present at the wedding. And then I would literally date that person. A lot of them, I don't even know their names. I don't even know if I can still remember them. It was all part of depression. And I remember this on the 7th of July, where I went to the hospital, to the dermatologist, but that's God for you. I went for my dermatologist appointment. When I entered the hospital, I went and drew out my file and I went and sat. Look how beautiful God is. I can break with my father. This psychologist, she would literally leave my file to take someone else's file who came after me. And I was fine because my plan was sit there. And when I'm finished at hospital, then I'll just go to the gardens and I'll drink myself and then I'll go home when it's late. The first thing when she came to me, that was God. She took my file, she standed and she held my file and she looked at me. And she asked me, can I pray with you? And that's where I started crying. I didn't say yes, I can't remember, I said yes. But what I told her is, I'm busy breaking this thing that God created. God created me. But because of my past, I'm destroying it. And I told her that I'm having a child. And I have to love the child. Even if it's the last I need to do, I have to love for you. And so she asked me, what's up? And then I told her, I think I'm depressed. I don't know signs of depression. For me, it was always, depression is for that one. I'll never get depression. So yeah, then I told the doctor, I think I'm depressed. I can't sleep, I eat. I start stealing. I do things I don't normally do. 2 days before, I nearly killed me. I know that my relationship with my mom's relationship wasn't all that, which is fine. But one thing, remember when she was pregnant with me, she told me that she didn't even give my name. Another person gave my name. That's how cross she was with this pregnancy that she didn't want it. She once said, you should be lucky that abortion wasn't legal. I would have dealt with you. And yeah, but she's my mom. All the fact that she was the child that she was never proud of. And yeah, but today we have a relationship. She's better. She's literally, she can't do anything possible. And one thing, 3 weeks back, I told her that. I said, one thing I'm very glad that God has put in my life. was to give me the opportunity just to work with her. Even is it me changing a nap or feeding her just so that at least before she dies, then at least I can say that I had a mom. I know how it was to be loved. I still trust God that will take place.
Wow. I know you are no more bleeding. You have victory now. What could be the reason for you to be so emotional?
I'm actually happy that you asked me that question. What I always help for, I'm not emotional because of what I went through. But I believe in my gut. I know it in my heart. I can confess it. That if God wasn't with me, it would have been something else. But God had to make sure that I'll be here today. So even though I went through it all, I believe that God was with me. That's without having even a slightly doubt in my mind. I know that He was there. Again, He was there.
He was there. Wonderful God. He has a purpose for our lives, and the plans for us is not to harm us. He's a good God. The beauty of everything is knowing that in everything that we've been through, God was with us. In the waters, we never drowned. In the fire, we never got burned because He was holding our hand. We shed tears because of thanksgiving in our hearts, not because we are still feeling the pain of our past. Thank you so much. I think we're going to have you back on the show because of time. I could feel that you still have more to share with us. But right now, I need you to give 30 seconds of the word of encouragement.
What I would like to tell someone out there is that I know that God will never forsake you. And what I love to tell people is that the most beautiful verse in the Bible for me is that He said that goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. So whether you're going through the storm, whether you're going through fire, whether you're going through pain, tear, heartbreak, whatever, even sickness, yes, He promised that goodness and mercy shall still follow you. You don't have to go and look for it. It will follow you, no doubt about it. It's confirmed. It's there.
Amen. Thank you so much. I had a wonderful time. Your story, really, I believe so much in my heart that whoever's going to be listening to this will receive their hope, their healing, their restoration. Because if God can be with you through all these things, there is hope for each and every one who is there still struggling. And ladies and gentlemen, she mentioned something so profound about depression. Depression is real and depression is there. So seek help. If you find sign or you see yourself going through some certain things that you never experienced in your life, you know you are not yourself, go out and seek help before you could even do something that will even endanger yourself or the people around you. From us here, we just want to say thank you so much for taking time. Today, it was so emotional. I shed tears because her story was so touchy. And we thank God for the life of this wonderful woman and even the strength that He provided for her to come and share her testimony, her story. You now have victory. You can declare that victory is yours. Amen. This is Victory in Masca. Own it. You have made it. Until next time, peace. Hi, please join us on Victory in Mascot, where scars transform into stars, broadcasting live every Saturday from 14:30 p.m. on Channel 343 TVN Africa. Your host here, Dr. Rose Mokoena Kholumo.